Yes, yes. God is so amazing, shining through us. The amazing thing about unity is that we've squarely located God. It's within you. It's within you. Now, Jesus said this a long time ago. In Luke, it says that you can look over here and you can look over there, but you're not going to find it. They said, how are we going to know when God comes? He says, don't look for it out there. He told the folks he was with to look within. He said, the kingdom of God is within you. What I love about that is he says that the kingdom of God comes not through observation. You're not going to find it intellectually through the reference of your old understanding. It's a completely new experience of the Spirit living in you and identifying yourself with the Spirit. And this, to me, is the final step on your path to true prosperity. This is today the third chapter in a series. I'm going to read all these books to you. And we're going to be here for 10 hours. Patricia's getting nervous because she's seen me do that before. No, I'm just going to give you the Reader's Digest version. I'm going to glean from reading these books, some of them for the second time, some of the most important aspects of it. Eric Butterworth, in his book, it's called Spiritual Economics. I love it. If you haven't read this book, just go get yourself a copy and read it, and then let's talk about it. I did a class on this last year, and it was fantastic. We'll do it again if anybody wants. Anyway, he says in his book that I am God's living enterprise. Oh, we're on the wrong slide. Do you know why? I forgot that we had a video queued up. I was so excited about being God's living enterprise. So start over again. That video is playing. You want to start that from the beginning? Turn these lights down, John. We prepared a video, Charlie, Lily, and some of our others who are narrating. And it's all about the work that we're doing in the community. When you give Unity on Cape Cod a donation or your tithe, we take 10% of that and tithe it to the community. And we get back a lot of thank you letters. And so this short video presentation that Lily put together here is going to be a representation of what we're doing in the community, how we're being God's living enterprise. Here at Unity on Cape Cod, we believe in the spiritual principles of abundance, prosperity, and tithing. We hold firmly to the truth that a limitless supply of divine substance is available to each and every one of us in this present moment. We also believe that the more we give, the more we receive. We have made a commitment as a spiritual organization to tithe 10% of everything we receive to sources of our inspiration and spiritual growth. Besides tithing a portion of our substance to those who support us, such as Unity Worldwide Ministries, Unity Eastern Region, and Silent Unity, we are blessed to be involved in the continuing flow of giving in our greater Cape Cod community, nationally and globally as well. Some of the organizations we have been inspired by who have received tithes from Unity on Cape Cod are Calmer Choice.
Dear Unity on Cape Cod, on behalf of our entire Calmer Choice community, thank you so much for your kind donation. Your gift allows us to provide our evidence-based mindfulness education, training, and mentorship to children and those who support them.
Unity on Cape Cod, thank you for your generous donations to the Family Pantry of Cape Cod. Your donation makes it possible for us to fulfill our mission of providing food and clothing to those in need on Cape Cod.
Dear Unity on Cape Cod, thank you for your donation to the Cape Cod Council of Churches. With your support, we build strength in the face of real challenges and alleviate suffering so that people may move forward with resources and hope.
Unity on Cape Cod. Dear friend, on behalf of everyone at the International Rescue Committee, please accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous gift.
Dear friends at Unity on Cape Cod, on behalf of the Board of Directors, staff, and clients of Independence House, we are grateful to receive your charitable contribution. Your generosity directly helps survivors of domestic and sexual violence and their children living on Cape Cod.
The Cape and Islands Veterans Outreach Center.
I wish to express our sincere appreciation for your extremely generous donation to our Veterans Food Pantry.
Housing Assistance Corporation.
Dear Reverend Cryer, your gift will change lives. Everything begins with housing. Once our most vulnerable neighbors have a stable place to call home, they have the opportunity to pursue education, employment, and contribute to our thriving year-round community.
Dear Unity of Cape Cod, thank you for your generous donation. We are thrilled that you also see the value in helping struggling parents raise thriving babies. We greatly appreciate you joining our mission to make that happen by supporting a baby center.
And many local Unity churches and spiritual centers throughout New England. Wonderful. So we are being God's living enterprise. And we are, you could see that we are helping to bring about world peace through supporting those that support others in our community. The basic things in life that people need, food and clothing and a place to live and safety. These are things that if I'm not doing personally, I want to find the person who's doing it and support them. I want to find, because it is a spiritual act to recognize our oneness and to help other people. To know that that's you in a different place and time. That's just you walking around in a different body. We are not separate. There is no separation. The same spirit that animates my body animates yours and animates everything in this world. And so to help another person is helping yourself. Is bringing you closer to God, closer to that source, and helping another person to be closer to that source. So I'm very happy and proud to be part of this community, which when I first came, I didn't know organizations could tithe as well as individuals. They said, oh yes, everything that we bring in, 10% goes right off the top before we pay any bills. That 10%, those tithes are the first thing every month that the finance team puts aside, and they make the recommendations to the board. And this is the result of it, part of the result of it, part of the thank yous. There are many thank yous probably that don't get sent in letters, but people's lives get touched. They get touched because of you being God's living enterprise. If you get that in your soul, I am God's living enterprise. What am I in the business of doing? What does that mean? I am in the business, this is the next sentence in the book, you are in the business of releasing the imprisoned splendor. Can you bring this down a little bit? You're releasing the imprisoned splendor, or the light within, the Christ within you. In Colossians it says, the Christ in you is our hope of glory. It's really our only hope. It's not just our hope of finding out who we are and being the light of the world. It's our only hope of recognizing our oneness, of helping one another and bringing about world peace. So what it means to have made the decision to be God's living enterprise is that I've given my life entirely to God, the good, the omnipresent. Knowing there's one power and one presence in my life and in the universe, I'm giving myself totally to that. I'm allowing the universe, the Spirit of the living God, universal mind to shape and mold me, mold my life, bring forth more light and love in this world. I am in the business of releasing the light, of releasing that Christ being within, the Christ consciousness, the spiritual energy. That's what we're in the business of doing. That's our spiritual economics. We build up that bank account through prayer and meditation and giving, right? We build ourselves up in the recognition and the awareness of the inner light, and then we release it. We give it away. And we give it away so that we can receive more. Why do we want to receive more? So we can give away more. The more we give away, that's the more you experience. There's a scientific fact that we're only perceiving about 0.1% of everything that's happening around us. We're only perceiving with our brain, with our eyes. We're only letting in a certain amount of information. And in the modern age, it's getting smaller and smaller, just like the microchips. The amount of information that you're willing to let into your brain is getting smaller instead of opening up to what's around us. The reason I brought all these books is because I think there are still people who read books. Kathy, thank you. We got 1, 2, okay. All right, well, you're free to borrow these at any time. Because to me, my attention span through being involved online so much, and we need to be online to touch and communicate with our members who don't live right here on Cape Cod or in Massachusetts, who live in other parts of the country and the world. We need the internet. But if we are addicted to the internet, our attention span gets shorter. And I noticed the less time I spent reading, the less information I was actually absorbing. I thought I was absorbing more information being online. Siri, what's the meaning of life? I don't think you're going to get it from Siri. Got to put that down once in a while. I'm serious, guys. Alexa does not know the meaning of life. What was it? Viktor Frankl said, the meaning of life is to give life meaning. Be in the business of releasing the imprisoned splendor. Be God's living enterprise. That's, to me, the meaning of life, the whole purpose for being here. And that's part of the progression of where we're going with this, is the path to true prosperity is finding your purpose, your soul's purpose, and fulfilling it. So true prosperity is the ability to find your soul's purpose and to use it to bring more good into the world. It's not measured by how much you have, but by how much you give. That's the measure of true prosperity. In Reverend Jim Rosemergy's book, he says something very interesting. God is not supply. Stop praying to God for things. Oh, God, I need some more money in my bank account. Oh, God, I need good health. I need a car. I need a relationship. I need. No. Those things aren't supplied by a universal mind. They're supplied by your consciousness. A consciousness of God is your supply, is the ability to manifest those things out of the infinite supply, abundant supply of the universe. God is our source, ever-present, abundant supply. I have all those things now. And all the things I didn't even know I needed and wanted. They're all here right now. It's up to me to manifest them in a way that is serving my highest good, fulfilling my soul's purpose, and bringing more love and light into this world. That's true prosperity. If I'm not doing that, I just got a bunch of numbers on the page. Look how much money I have in my bank account this week. What good is that going to do you? Isn't that wild? We still do it, though, because we're addicted. Oh, I got another number, right? Just write another 0 in there. Make yourself feel good. Just do it. You're the one giving it value. There was a great show one time on Netflix about the happiest people in the world, and they showed some people in some of the poorest countries. So what made them happy is they had family. They had something to eat, and they had a place to gather with their family. It was amazing. Some of them didn't own anything. They all lived together in a very small little place, but they were together. And they were sharing. And whatever they brought in was shared by the group. And this is a measure of true prosperity. If you can give value and gratitude for what you have. If you can be so grateful that the whole universe is yours in this moment. There's nothing I need. I'm going to manifest that which serves my highest good, that which fulfills my soul's purpose. That's what I'm going to manifest. Whatever I need to do that is going to be given me in that moment. And what's amazing is that it's impossible to perceive until your consciousness is opened. And that's why we sang opening up this morning. I'm opening up. I'm opening up to that wonderful, beautiful light. From above, from within, from around, from the one. I'm opening up to that beautiful light. I'm opening up to that spiritual substance. Because it's all here. I just am going to use my mind in a way that's constructive for my highest good. And that's true prosperity, that I've learned how to do that. So God is not supply, God is the source, and it's already here. A consciousness of God within me is going to be the supply. Abundance is the expanded awareness of the substance. Our ability to spiritually perceive that unlimited nature of the substance. It's unlimited. There is no limit to God. There's no limit to spiritual substance. Prosperity is my ability, the actual supply of the abundance through consciousness, shaping and manifesting through the power of our mind that spiritual energy into forms and experiences that support our highest good and the highest good of all. They're not separate. They can't be. Your highest good is not separate from mine. So to me, here's the true test of prosperity. Are you ready? What's number one? Does it serve the highest good of all? That's the true test. Is what I'm doing benefiting everyone? So you have to ask yourself some questions. What is the result of my manifestation? Well, I manifest myself a nice Maserati last month. Right? Gets 10 miles to the gallon. But I don't care. I can pay that $7 worth for gasoline. I don't think that's serving the highest good of all. Even though your ego might feel good driving around, I feel just as good in my Prius getting 50 miles to the gallon. Because I know the gas is going to be $7 a gallon. I went to California and it already is. I love it. Everybody drives a Tesla or something similar over there. And I was, wow, it's like a different world. This is a different country. And then I found out why. Gas is $7 a gallon. So it's just that simple. Does it serve the highest good of all? What's the result of my manifestation? Okay, so I manifested some money that we can give away, 10% of what we brought into Unity. What was the result of that? We housed some people, we fed some people, we kept some people safe from sexual and physical violence. We did a lot of good things. That was the result of our manifestation. Maybe the result of your manifestation is bringing about a healing for someone. Maybe you're in the healing profession. Maybe you're in the entertainment profession and you just brought a lot of good feelings to a lot of people, that you gave them a few moments to relax and remember. Whatever it is that you're doing, what's the result of what you're manifesting? What is the result of that? And it's a wonderful thing. Oh, I manifested a great yoga community. Oh, isn't that nice? Now you're touching a lot of people through that community. Oh, I manifested this amazing Sangha here on Sunday afternoons. I read your book. It was a great manifestation because something you didn't think you would ever do. And, he meets face to face with his teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, and he says, just do it. Go back there and start a Sangha. I don't know how to do that. Doesn't matter. Spirit does. And Spirit in you will do it if it's for your highest good and the highest good of all. So what's the result of your manifestation? And what's the result of your thinking? Because once your thinking gets in a line with your highest good, now you're really doing something powerful. And what's wonderful about it is now you don't have to think about it at all. What's actually being manifest, that's not important. What's important is what is the purpose behind it? Is it bringing more love? Is it bringing more peace? Is it bringing more joy to all these folks that are around me? Is it bringing healing? I love it in A Course in Miracles. It says, your forgiveness is not complete unless it brings a healing to both you and the other person. Then it's complete. Then you've really forgiven because you've been healed and so have they. Isn't that amazing? When I was in the 12 steps, you know who we forgave? All those we thought hurt us. What do you mean? I'm going to forgive them? They should be forgiving me. They should come and ask me for forgiveness. They're the ones that hurt me. No, you go and ask them. Say, I played my role in that relationship. I'm sorry. That was an amazing healing for me, to find out that I could make amends to those I thought hurt me. I can pray, as Jesus said, for my so-called enemies. Because at the time, I was playing the role. It takes two. It's another thing from A Course in Miracles. It takes your participation in it to create and keep the conflict alive. Conflict cannot survive without your participation. What does forgiveness do? What is the result of my forgiving thinking, my loving thoughts, my praying for others? Is that it brings a healing to both me and the other person. Isn't that amazing? These are universal principles. All we have to do is put them into practice. And that's true prosperity, is that now I'm beginning to experience the results of positive thinking, of healing thoughts, of praying for others, of loving my enemy, loving my brothers and sisters as myself. I'm beginning to reap the benefits of that, and that's true prosperity. So another thing is, am I bringing about greater awareness of our oneness? What's the other option? I'm further separating from you, and therefore from everything, from my good, from God, from love itself, from the planet. So bringing about a greater awareness of oneness has to be part of our prosperity. Am I bringing about a healing and a feeling of wholeness? This is the test of true prosperity. It's not accumulation of material wealth. It's an extension of the healing energy. Let's see. Next one. Now, do I experience a sense of peace? Because you might enter into something and not feel peaceful about it. Don't do it. Just check in with yourself. Am I nervous? Am I not loving in this situation? Is this scary? Whatever it might be. I know a lot of people say, feel the fear and do it anyway. I don't say that. I say, feel the peace and then do it. Get to a peaceful place. I'm not saying don't do it. What I'm saying is do it mindfully. Find the peace within you. Then step into that next action, the next right thing to do. Find your peace. come from your peace. Now, do others feel peaceful in my presence? Another test of true prosperity is that you're bringing about peace in others. How are you guys feeling? Feeling peaceful? Good. Then I'm feeling prosperous. Thank you. And do I feel rich in spirit? I may not have a lot of material wealth on hand, and I might. That's immaterial. But do I feel rich in spirit? Do I know, right down to my soul, that I, right now, possess the entire universe? Everything is mine. The stars in the sky, the sun, the moon, the air, the water, the animals, the people. Everything is already here and is already given to me. Everything has been given to me. Everything is yours. It has been given to you. Do I feel that? Do I feel rich in spirit? Am I able to accept that the universe is mine? Go outside tonight and look at the night sky if it's not cloudy. Look up into all those stars and keep looking. And remember that it's all yours. It's all part of you. That, some exploded star ended up being you. Your body. The form that God is expressing through in this moment. Do I feel rich in spirit? Do I really feel like all of this has been given to me? Am I happy and grateful? Just check in with yourself. Some people have a lot of material wealth and they're never happy. They're never grateful. And is it easy for me to give? Or do I every week go, I don't know if I can afford this tithe. I'm going to have to cut back on my tithing. Tithing isn't a cutting back or anything like that. You can't cut. It's 10% of everything that you receive off the top before your bills. Well, I'm 5% this week. I would suggest when you're thinking that way, go to 15% instead of 5%. I'm serious. Now, hey, is it easy for you to take in that thought? Yes? Great. Edwene Gaines used to say, do you want to play big or do you want to play small? So it's hard for me to give 10%. She'd say, then try 15. That'll make it easier. And it's so true. It's so true. For a while, it was up to maybe 20, 25% of everything that was coming in. And what happened in my consciousness was totally amazing. I was like, I am really able to do that. I think I could probably do that and still have everything that I could possibly want and need and more. And that occurred to me in my consciousness because I was doing it. If you never do it, it's not going to be easy for you to do it. See, it's a practice. The more you give, the more you receive. Do you want to play big with this, or do you want to stay small? And what I mean by big is expanding your consciousness of your ability to share the light within you with others, to share the Christ being that you are with the world. Is it easy for you to do that? Is it easy for you to give? It will be. If it's not, then ask yourself, who do I need to forgive? Is it easy for you to forgive? See, what I found and what I learned in spiritual principles is that if you have debt, if you have a story about why you can't give, it's because you're not forgiving. You're not giving your love. You're not giving yourself freely. You're not giving forgiveness. You're holding somebody in prison. And you know what happens when you hold somebody in prison? You stand guard over them. You're holding yourself in prison, not them. Isn't that amazing? You're holding a story about who they are to you. And the minute you let it go, what happens? You're free. You're completely free. And you're free to receive all of the blessings of the universe. So, is it easy for you to forgive? Once you begin to forgive, you realize wow, I'm on the road to fulfilling my purpose. So am I fulfilling my life's purpose? Wow. Good question. Every day I need to ask myself that. Good question. And if not, go back to step number 1. And that's it. Finally, this is, it might take some material resources to fulfill my life's purpose. But financial resources are not the goal of our mission. Charles Fillmore said, they are the fuel which propels the mission. They will be the fuel, financial resources, which propel your individual mission in life, and it will propel your community's mission. Our mission is to create community, to celebrate love, and to transform your life. And I'm talking to you, transform your life. Your life. This is why we're here. This is what we do. And I'm absolutely certain that it is happening. So when I'm practicing true prosperity, I'm not afraid of money. I'm not afraid to give and receive large sums of money. And I do not worship money either. I'm not addicted to money or the process of making money at all. I keep my focus on the mission of my life and of our community. I simply allow money to flow through me. We allow money to flow through this place. It's something I use as God's living enterprise. Because remember, we are in the business of releasing the imprisoned splendor. And I can give you the financial report. Business is good. I love you guys. Have a great week.
You have been watching the message from our Sunday celebration service here at Unity on Cape Cod, providing a positive path for spiritual living. Please join us every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. at 147 Walton Ave, Hyannis, Mass., and visit us online at unityoncapecod.org. This video was made possible in part through a grant from Unity Worldwide Ministries and the Templeton Foundation.